Hey there, kindergarten, and welcome to Clay Week. It's my favorite week of the year. All right, you should have a ball of clay. So I want you to pick it up and sort of see what you notice about it. Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it wet? Is it dry? Is it slimy? Is it smooth? Is it rough? What do you notice when you're touching it? Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is take our ball and put it down. Now we're going to make a pinch pot. This is like a little bowl. So we're going to start, in order to make our bowl, by sticking our thumb into it. Now we don't want to stick our thumb all the way through because we're not making a donut, we're making a bowl. So you can see, kind of looks like a little mushroom with my thumb stuck in here, but it works. Okay, now we're going to take our pincher fingers. So our 2 pointer fingers and our thumb, and practice pinching. We're going to kind of go around the outside and pinch and pull the clay up. And I want to pull it up as we are pinching it. Now I've got a little crack here. We're not going to worry about that. I can pinch that too. Okay, so we're kind of looks like I'm driving a car. I'm going to keep pinching it. We want to get a nice shape. So by going around and around, we can fix that. Now my clay is recycled clay. Your clay is brand new off the slab. So you shouldn't have a lot of these cracking issues like I do. You know, it tends to dry out a little bit faster when you're using recycled clay like I am. So we're going to pull. I'm still going around and I'm pinching on the inside and on the outside. I want to get a nice bowl shape. Okay, now I'm going to go around my little edge here. Now I've got these cracks. So what can I do? I'm going to use my magic eraser fingers, either my thumb or my finger, and I'm going to smooth out those cracks. You can just go right over them with your thumb or your finger, and those cracks just disappear. Very smooth. Okay. Now for the top, we're going to do the same thing. Just kind of gently go around the edge with our magic eraser finger. And see this big crack here? I'm going to try to fill that in with a little bit of clay. And I'm going to smooth it out with my finger. And now no one will ever know it was there. Awesome. Same thing over here. I'm going to go around and around. Now I'm going to kind of pinch that together. Seal up those cracks. Now when we get to a certain point, we're going to go ahead and use a little bit of water, and we're going to smooth out the rest of our pot. But for right now, I'm still working on this with my fingers. Just take a few minutes and really make sure that it's nice and smooth, both on the inside and on the outside and around the edges. You want to be able to use this bowl nicely at home. Okay, so now I've got a nice bowl shape. I'm going to give it a little press so that it sits flat on the table. And I'm going to flip it over too. And I'm going to go over it one more time. Now, when we go over it upside down, we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of water. You can see I've got my water bowl here. I'm going to sweep these little crumbles away. They're just getting in my way. So once I have a bowl, or my bowl shape, then I'm going to stick 2 fingers in here, and I'm going to do this 3 times. I'm going to do this once for the outside, once for the edge, and this is going to smooth out all those little cracks. See how nice and smooth it is now? Okay. Also notice how I'm working on a piece of paper. That helps. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing. 2 fingers in a little bit of water, and I'm going to go around the edges. And I'm just going to smooth these out so that it looks nice and soft. We don't want any cracks on the outside of our bowl. This water is going to fill in all those little cracks with mud. Okay. Now I'm going to do it one more time on the inside, dip my 2 fingers, and I'm going to smooth out the inside of my bowl. This looks pretty good. Okay, now we're going to let this dry for a second while we just make sure that there are no more cracks. See, this one little crack that doesn't want to go away. And that's okay. You can see that even I have issues sometimes. So I'm just going to keep making it smooth. Working those outside walls of, and I put one finger on each side. I don't want to just push it because then the whole bowl will either tip over or I'll put a hole in it. We don't want that either. There we go. Smooth out that crack. Okay. Now when I'm all done, my pot is smooth. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to either take a pencil or the toothpick I gave you, and you're going to put your initials. So you're going to put your first name, the first letter of your first name, and the first letter of your last name. So my name is Nikki Stone. Nikki starts with an N, and Stone starts with an S. Now your name may be Jenny Smith, so J starts with a J, or Jenny starts with a J, and S also starts with an S, or Smith also starts with an S. Okay? And see how I just take these little crumbles out. Now, don't go all the way through your bowl. You don't want to put a hole in it with your initials. Okay, I've got my initials in there. I'm just going to do one final check. Then you're going to let this dry a little bit, at least overnight, before you bring it back to me. And then you're going to bring it back to me, and I'm going to fire it in the kiln. That means I'm going to cook it in that oven that goes up to 2,000 degrees. And that's going to make this into a bowl that you can use. It'll make it hard, and it'll make it fragile. It's still fragile right now. If you drop this right now, it's so soft it would squish. But after we put it in the kiln, it's going to make it so hard that it could break. So let this dry overnight, and then we'll bring it back in, and I will I'll get it with the others, and I will let you know when to come pick it up so that we can glaze it. All right, my friends, I hope you have a really fun time. Like I said, this is my favorite week. If you have any questions or need help, send me a message in Schoology. All right. Bye.